Happy Thanksgiving week, everyone. Starting off at Beasley, Jeffrey showing us all of the processes that we have documented now at Beasley, calling it our tribal knowledge elimination system. I can't tell you how many times we've been working on fixing a broken process and somebody says, well, the way we used to do it was, and lays out the perfect way to fix it. Things just get lost over time if they're not documented, if we don't have a standard that we can point to. And this is just an effort for that all of our best ideas are documented. We can change them if we come up with improvements for them, but we need to have our standards documented. Way to go, everyone at Beasley. Matt prefers the earmuff style versus the earbuds for hearing protection, but when you've got those and you take them off, you don't have a spot to put them, so you end up carrying them around in your hand or laying them down somewhere and forgetting where you laid them down. So he just got a carabiner so that he can clip those to his hip, so he's always got them. Great job, Matt. Gus showing us more documented processes here. The really cool thing about this is this came out of a morning meeting, a confusion around one of the processes in the gun, and not 24 hours later, Gus had it documented, and we got copies of all of the WMS gun functions placed around the warehouse in these binders. Easy access for everyone when you have a question, trying to get the answer where the question is here. And the thing I love about this is this came straight out of a morning meeting, and 24 hours later, the guy's got the solution in place. Awesome job, everybody in the Beasley warehouse. Y'all are amazing. Kevin showing us that we are down to the last of the dead window inventory. Most of you know this is a battle that has been long and hard fought, but we are down to the last of it here. Thank you everyone that's been involved, all of the research that's gone into it, all physically moving all of the product, coordinating all of the pickups from Habitat. Just a ton of effort to get to this point. We are down to the last of it. And the key going forward from here is going to be standardized, holding this standard so this problem doesn't come back in the future. But again, thank you everyone involved. This is a big, big deal. Rashid reviewing the standard for our daily truck inspections with everyone. I think the key going forward from here is going to be a video, so there's never a question. There's that reference material of exactly how to do it. But this is an awesome step in the right direction. Way to go, Rashid. IT making it easier for them to stay on top of network status across Husky. This is a TV and a dashboard they got put up to help serve us better. IT, you guys do an amazing job. Love this improvement. Corey making a bunch of improvements to his station down at the end of the interior line. Here's the before and here's the after. And there's a lot of amazing things going on here, but the one that I want to point out is these barcodes. So lean is the art of subtraction. And Corey created these barcodes to completely eliminate the process of him having to punch certain functions in the gun. Eliminates the process of having to look down at the gun, punch the function in. Instead, there's a code right there that he can scan that automatically does it for him. Textbook lean improvement. Great job, Corey. I love seeing Anna and the Beasley sales counter jump in on an improvement here. So lean is about respecting the customer. Previously, customer pickups were printed ahead of time and then just in one big stack. Now they said, hey, we could make it better if we alphabetize those customer pickups so we're not having to spend time looking through them. Meanwhile, the customer's waiting. Simplifies it for us, simplifies it for the customer. Great improvement, Anna. Thanks for posting. Another first-time poster. Thank you, Sterling, for this. So got a ring of trim profiles put together so that the coordinators can have the answer where the question is, not create a defect for the customer, not create over processing. Just a really, really big improvement here. Thank you, Sterling, for making it happen. This is awesome. Lean is about continuous improvement, and Travis was with an example of this here. In a previous video, these empty trim sleds were stored behind him, and that was identified as not centralized enough, a little too much transportation waste to go grab those from over there and get them to where the work is happening. I love this because standardized does not mean that things are etched in stone. We improve the standard as we identify opportunities to do so, and they're doing it in the Beasley warehouse. Way to go, Travis. Connor's making Stream Deck improvements to his process like every week. Here he's showing us how he uses it kind of as hotkeys instead of having to grab a mouse when he's in his emails, using it as hotkeys to get things done that he needs to, like moving things to a completed folder, which is an awesome process if you don't utilize that to help him stay organized. But love the Stream Deck. Again, like I mentioned in the Signal thread, if you've got best practices of how you use it that might help other people, please post those to the Signal thread because the Stream Deck is a powerful tool that crosses so many departments. Thank you, Connor. More Kanban boards going up across Husky. This is a visual tool to keep progress going on any projects that we have. Thank you, Lloyd and Windows Install and Service, for jumping on board. Francisco showing us how he 3S this station with hinges. So 3S is not just about keeping everything clean and pretty. Yes, that's part of it. But another is making sure that you have the right things in the right spot. So moving things around a little bit at this station with hinges. Great job, Francisco. Love to see it. So sometimes I think we can struggle to understand batch work versus one-piece flow. Here's a great example. Dre and Ken identified an improvement opportunity here when picking pieces for window service. Previously, you'd grab the cart, go pick all of the pieces for that team, and then bring them over here and scan them to the appropriate trucks after you picked them all. They realized that this left room for defects, and so now they've put those scan codes for the appropriate trucks right on the carts. They can scan them in as they're picking the items. So just one piece flow. Awesome job, Dre and Ken. Man, you start talking about fix what bugs you, and it's amazing the things that come up. So Jose and the stair team, previously these starter treads, we didn't have a stock material wide enough, so they would glue up their own starter tread and then cut it to length. That was a process that was very tedious, took time to let that glue set. And just with bringing up what bugs you, and when you start talking about potential opportunity for improvements, it's identified that we can buy the appropriate size, actually creates less material waste, completely eliminates the process of having to lay it up. So much waste eliminated, it's incredible. Colin showing us some continuous improvement to his extension at the chop saw station for cutting beam pockets. So now he's labeled his standard beam pocket sizes so that you can pull it and stop at the appropriate spot. Created this little bump stop so he can just bring the material over, put it to the bump stop. It's set in the right location. He knows everything's accurate. Cut it and go. Colin, you're amazing. It's amazing how good ideas spread. So marking the stud heights on the interior line on the floor track, where before you'd have to kind of set the material in there and then over process to get the table to the right height. Now one person can start grabbing plates. The other person can set the table to the appropriate height, and away you go. Awesome improvement. So we sweep to inspect and make sure we hold the standard. And Anthony noticed at the new RogueWorks saw the cord for his fan and the computer were just a mess behind there. And so when he was cleaning, it was a hassle and just not to the standard we want. So got that all cleaned up, and that wouldn't have happened if Anthony didn't bring it up when he was cleaning. Awesome job, Anthony. So I'm embarrassed how long this had been the case, but the crane at the end of the exterior line didn't open up quite wide enough for 12-foot walls. It blows my mind. And it was just because the chain was too short. And so the guys identified that. We got some links added to the chain. Now it's way less of a struggle. You don't have to pick those full-length walls up by hand. Great improvement, everyone. The truss team identified an opportunity to improve the plate picking process if we added some pallet racking. So we got that put up, didn't have to buy any, already had it. Just eliminated some transportation by putting this up, as well as some motion. Got some of those pallets up higher off the floor, not as much motion waste in picking those. This is a really great improvement, guys. Thank you. So talk about fix what bugs you. This is the special saw in panels. We clean that saw box out at the end of every shift, and before that was a bolt, just a single bolt, but you had to unthread a whole bolt to get access to that saw box. I mean, just a total hassle and over processing. So Umberto's got that now as just a latch. Big improvement. Thank you, Umberto. Really cool improvement from Davis and the crew over at Floor Trusses. So this is spliced floor cords. They get spliced right here and then staged before they go to the table. And before, you could only stack them 2 or 3 high, and you'd still deal with those floor cords, those stacks of floor cords kind of falling over and just creating a hassle before you could get them into the table. So they created these little U brackets so that you could stack them higher, taking up less space and not have them fall over. Really cool improvement. Love the creativity from the team. There's another week. Awesome improvements, everyone. Thank you, Anna and Sterling. I think those were 2 first-time posters, so I appreciate you guys making those improvements and posting those to Signal. I think Design and 424 holding out on us. I know there's some cool improvements going on there that haven't been posted, so maybe y'all can peer pressure them into getting that on there. But hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving week and is able to enjoy some time with family.